So this is a song called The Weaver. This is a song by a guy called Angus McPhee, who grew up in the island of Uist on the west coast of Scotland. And on the west coast of Scotland, in Uist, they have a sort of tradition of weaving things from grass, particularly sort of ropes. Is where it would start. So ropes and things for the horses. So he grew up with this skill. When he was a young man, 18, 19, 20, the Second World War started, and he went off. He joined the army. He joined Lovett Scouts, who were they were a horse riding army. I really should rehearse this. But so he joined the Lovett Scouts. They went off to the Faroe Islands. While he was in the Faroe Islands, he had an episode, a breakdown, and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So bear in mind, this was in sort of the late 30s. So he was sent to Craigdenane, which is a sort of mental hospital in Inverness. And Angus didn't speak to anybody. He was sort of silent, mute, schizophrenic. He just was in his own little world. He wandered around the hospital. But gradually, over the years, he started to weave things. He started to weave bits of grass together to make ropes. And then he advanced and he made things like jackets, coats, hats, socks, shoes, all kinds of things. He actually invented his own way of weaving to make these things. He used sort of style of weaving that wasn't indigenous to the Uist, so he sort of came up with it himself. And he was expressing himself through this weaving. And then one day there was an art therapist that was visiting Craigdenane, and she discovered this stuff just by chance, because he would weave this stuff every day, and then every day it would get burned in bonfire. And these sort of beautiful, beautiful items, these beautiful, as I said, jackets, hats, coats, whatever. And so she managed to save some. She managed to get some into galleries, and Angus ended up becoming really quite sort of well known in sort of outsider art circles around the world, to which he was completely oblivious. He just weaved his things every day, and they were burnt every evening. And he lived in Craigdenane for 50 years. He was institutionalised, and eventually, through the actions of the art therapist, he was sort of allowed out from Craigdenane and into sort of care in the community. And eventually he managed to make his way home to Uist, to his family home, his family croft in Uist, and died a year later. So this is a song for Angus McPhee. out and I'll begin again. Each day, down on the beach I left my mind. I cut my name and broke my heart. I weave a world inside my head. Make myself whole and burned out again. These strong things, these fragile things, a memory. This hat is cold like a sunrise to me. There's beauty in these blades of grass and galleries that hold my name, my name. And after 50 years I'll return at last to see my home, my home, my home. Down on the beach I'll leave my mark. I trace my name, it fills my heart, my heart. I weave a world inside my head. Make myself whole and close my eyes. I weave a world this one last time, this time. Make myself whole and close my eyes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.